Happy President's Day and good morning to you. Yes, you, my beloved viewers, here to light up this new week. May God bless each and every single one of you. I am here breathing vapor in this mid-Atlantic or down south winter that I am encountering. As you may very well know, if you have not, click the subscribe button and click the bell notification to stay on top of every single update and ways that I execute to ensure that you have every bit of inspiration required for you to perform your sovereign duty on this planet during your lifetime to serve those that the true and living God has blessed you to exercise comprehension in your heart to back them. If you don't know, you better ask somebody in the comments section or wherever you can connect with other viewers of this rock on which we've been posting our stand and helping fund millions of people with millions of dollars, working collectively since the onset of the pandemic. Got into a car accident last year. I am here executing my therapy, got a meniscus tear, shoulder cuff. Nonetheless, regardless of what, I do not stop, because every single move that I execute on this planet, I substantiate by putting our true and living Father first with every single step that I take on this planet. As you hear me speak right now, we are all collectively making hundreds to thousands of decisions, not even including those we don't even know about, in our bodies, operating and functioning every single cell, every single nucleus, everything, every proton, everything that powers us to do what we must day in and day out. Putting the true and living God first before you make those decisions. Yes, yes. Whatever infinite power in which you ultimately believe, Yahweh powers us to ensure that we take the proper steps. Because, listen, after it's all said and done, especially after what I've been through, I have seen and witnessed the ephemeral essence of what life truly constitutes. I took a look at death right in his face that'll take you regardless of whatever condition you are in. You could be broke, you can be smelly, stinky, rotting from the core. He'll rack you up if it's your time. Nonetheless, the true and living God, yes, my Father, said, no, you're not taking my son. Not today. Not this year. He still has things to do. I still have to channel my infinite power through him to serve the people that he must, to be an example of his true and living force, to bring to life everything that you must. If you are listening to me right now, there is nothing that will stop you from accomplishing everything that you have envisioned right here, which is probably the most divine gift that he, with a capital H, has given to man, as long as you take the time to absorb that wisdom, beg for discernment every single day to understand the material that you require to execute the tactics. I am right here. I'm doing, you hear me, you're like, why is Neil running right now? Yo, I got a meniscus tear, shoulder cuff ripped, but I'm still here serving my family. I'm still here serving my loved ones. I am here right now scaling operations to ensure I can deliver value, perhaps to you, if you feel you require it. Nonetheless, if you don't, again, the one thing that you can take from all of this is that if you acquire the wisdom that you need to do whatever it is you need to do, because listen, the only reason you don't have a million bones is because you simply do not know how to do it. So why don't you take a look at the other people that have been able to accomplish and serve their loved ones and serve everyone. The true and living God has allowed them to exercise comprehension in their heart for them to substantiate those people that he has assigned to them so they can complete their sovereign duty and learn exactly what is required, especially now with the information age. There are all these tools. I felt as if the Holy Spirit literally blanketed me yesterday when I was listening to a pastor at a place where I unite with other people, where we praise Yahweh for the gargantuan gift. That's probably not even a word that is big enough to describe the space-time continuum that we inhabit. That he has blessed us to subdue and to trample, to take everything that we need. I need this hill right here, right? I got the backward treadmill coming through because this helps me exercise and drive blood to the parts of my body that are injured. That's information that I've picked up, that people have collectively aggregated for me to have a full understanding of what it is that I have to do to correct myself to serve those that I love. Yes, I love each and every one of you for logging on. Be it a couple of people, hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands, each and every one of you, that have been riding with me since the onset of the pandemic and even before that. Some people will see me take cold showers right on this channel, working out in blizzards, below freezing temperatures, single digits, when my phone ran out of battery because it was so cold. And I felt this pain right here. It doesn't matter. I'm still out here demonstrating exactly what can be done from someone that came from absolutely nothing. With my back up against the wall, I ensured that I was able to perform tactics that allow me to reach the highest pinnacles of what you can touch on this planet. Talk about skyscrapers. I'm a space scraper, baby. Aimed for beyond the Milky Way. Who knows, some VI/N1 marked planet in a distant solar system that would take 83 light years or 83,000 light years to go ahead and reach, and landed perhaps on the sun. Listen, work with the Barack Obama 2012 campaign, work with AOL, Nielsen. You can go ahead and Google My Pedigree, it doesn't matter. And listen, if we are aligned with each other, and even if you are not, and you're like, you know what? You're trying to flip stuff. Absolutely, I'm trying to flip it. Absolutely, because that's the way that I deliver value. If I can put together and assemble a team to ensure that I can aggregate all the tools required, but before that, putting God first. God number one in every single step, every single movement that you take. Because right now, we are making hundreds to thousands of decisions, not including perhaps the trillions of decisions that your body is taking subconsciously at every single minute part of your core, of everything that makes up who is you. Before you make those decisions, the ones over which you have control, seemingly, because sometimes you're like, you know what, like right now I'm walking up this hill. There are adjustments that I have to make to calibrate those steps in order to make it right. The other day, I was walking up this thing's muddy as hell. I'm still waiting on my treadmill. I gotta do it in the crib so I can cut down on the time it takes for me to execute this exercise. Excuse me. But the other day I was walking up this hill, it was muddy, and I slipped. Busted my ass on this joint. Looked like I pooped on myself. Like I had the runs. Right here on this part right there. You see that? So, actions and encounters, perhaps beyond my control because I didn't want to fall, but I did it. And listen, that unfortunate circumstance still has me here, walking on this path, understand? And has me blessed, as every single unfortunate circumstance that you encounter has you here, regardless of whether you say you're disabled, whether this or that is broken. I have a number of parts of my body that are not in 100% operational capacity. And regardless of what, if I am here, every single unfortunate circumstance, including that car accident where this lady T-boned me after eating the red light, perhaps texting because she told my wife I didn't even get to see her because they had to rescue me out the vehicle. I'll go ahead and drop the video or the B-roll so you can take a look. Using the jaws of life, they had to clip my car open. Loved the car, perhaps loved it too much. Who knows? You're not supposed to love material possessions at all. Fake notions of prosperity, what you see people flossing on the internet. That's what God's wrote against or inspired humans to write against in his true and living document. And perhaps, listen, just to show me, I saw how ephemeral, how quickly moving, how everything stops. My wife encountering a life-threatening condition. We had to take it to the hospital. Listen, going on over $200,000 in med expenses, and regardless, we are here serving and ensuring that we build that squad. Yes, starting with Rod, to help you reach and achieve every single goal that you have lined up for yourself. But before you decide whether it is the right thing for you and the most appropriate and corresponding act to collaborate with me or with anyone else that you find online or off it, put the true and living God first. Meditate. Count down. Breathe lightly at this time, close to when you've just woken up, and you have just been thinking on a subconscious level through your dreams, and you can tap into everything. Calm yourself down. Totally like the way I'm speaking to you right now, right? To the point where you're utterly relaxed. The one thing, you may see me hype, but you won't see me anger. Or I fight against it as much as possible, understand? Because that is what dumbs you down. How your brain gets all erratic and starts, oh, you're going through this, you're disabled, you can't do this, you want to complain, you want to victimize yourself. We are not victims. If you have the pleasure of listening to me now, every single unfortunate circumstance that has led you to the act of being able to absorb the wisdom that the true and living God is channeling through my being is what has you here today. So, appreciate every single quote unfortunate circumstance, because it is not. I have learned that regardless of what was seemingly challenging and disadvantaged in the form of the situation that I faced, coming up to be the person that I am was actually what had to happen, because otherwise perhaps I wouldn't even be here anymore. My bones would have perhaps been dust, or who knows what else could have happened. Understand? So regardless of whatever it is that you have to do in life, whatever tactic that you have to learn to execute, to bring forth and bring to life everything that you have envisioned and visualized for yourself and your loved ones, to live at peace and harmony with the rest of humanity and the brothers and sisters with whom you share this universe that is ultimately yours. Put him with a capital H, God, Yahweh, whatever infinite being in which you believe, the true and living force that powers everything. We're simply on a floating rock first.